About risk factors. So, have you ever smoked or like
Yeah,
so?
I smoked when I was eighth grade, and I quit in '66. Uh, uh, cigarettes, and I smoked cigars up until 2 years ago. That's when I started having trouble uh,
Breathing?
breathing.
All right. So, smoking is. Do you think like smoking like affected you like from since like just last year or like since like when you were young?
You know, smoking about that. I could run a mile and was no problem, but until it, let's see, uh, 2 years 2 years ago, it started to affect my. Uh, then I quit smoking cigars, but I didn't think it would bother me because I never inhaled cigars. But but still, I guess that after smoke, I still inhaled. You get it,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden this started to bother, and then I quit entirely. But but too late then. But cigarettes I quit in '66. So
Okay, so you quit cigars. So have you ever have you ever had alcohol at all?
oh, I like my drinks, a beer or brandy and water, but not to excess.
All right. So when did you start that from? From like when you were young?
What?
Beers and alcohol.
Oh, I had beer working on the farm. I got when I was 8 years old. I had a bottle of beer working on a farm with my great uncle. He says we work with a man that got to drink like one. So, but it never to excess.
Yeah, so you were controlled in
Yeah,
your drinking. All right. So the next thing I want to ask you, you said you were really healthy when you were young, right?
yeah,
Because you did a lot of work in the farms.
yeah, and
So,
also I set pins, and I had a paper route for a few years, and I worked on the onion fields when I was young, and 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 all them fields that I worked in now have got homes on it. But I would never sit still because I was on a run all the time. My mom said hard to keep up with me.
all right. So, when were you retired?
I was 65 and I'm 85 now, so it was 20 years ago.
20 years ago? All right. So, have you been active until until you got your lungs like
Yeah,
had the
yeah,
lung problem?
I was active, always going doing something, and I did welding and or cut grass, painted my house. Uh, well, my wife helped too. We both worked together in the house. But the yard was a lot of work to do on that because I had to build it up a little bit and then plant grass. But that was part of being married and owning a home. So, but yeah, when lungs gave out, that's when I do it less. Because it takes me twice as long to do things.
Okay. So about your driving. So were you like a harsh driver? Did you like to drive really fast?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I always like to drive fast.
All right. So
Yeah.
were you safe about it or?
Oh yeah, I had times when I had my car come out from Burlington. I got to race to town before the taverns been closed. So I go 89 miles an hour till I get into town. Then I, of course, slow down. And I know was stopped by a cop one time, but I was going 10 miles faster than the speed limit. But before that, though, I was going 40 miles. I was doing 80 and 90 miles an hour going down the road. When I got to city limits, I slowed down to where I was only going 10 miles over. And he stopped me. I didn't get no ticket that time because it was 10 miles an hour over, but he told me to keep it down.
So you used to ride motorcycles, right?
Yeah.
So did you use it often?
Oh, yeah. This summer, all summer long, wherever I went, most of the time was with the motorcycle, unless I got to get groceries or get something, because I didn't, no place to put it on a motorcycle, but, or my wife was going with me, she would go on a motorcycle, so I drove the car or a truck, whatever I have at the time. Sometimes it was her cars, sometimes it was my car, then, but I enjoyed. I miss not driving a motorcycle. And I enjoyed it very much because I'd go like crazy on that too. I had my motorcycle up to 100 miles an hour down the road one time. Then I slowed up after just a short distance. Then I slowed it up to normal speed, but.
So what do you think? Like, even though you were kind of a harsh driver, why do you think the accident rates were like so low in your times versus this time?
Because there's twice as many drivers on the road now than when I was young, and I think people, young kids and my age and older drove more sensibly, didn't take unnecessary chances with it like they do now. Even the semi drivers are different. When I was younger, the semi drivers were very helpful, and they would drive careful, and they give you a chance to go around them, or they'll signal for you. You can make it around their truck, and they seem to be more helpful than the young guys nowadays.
Mm-hmm. So, so do you think it's because the young people are driving much more and in a much younger age than they were back in your days? Is that why road accidents are increasing?
No, I think most of the time the young kids nowadays have to take more a chance than when were young. We were more cautious,
All right.
and we were crazy at times. You know, I went going too fast, and I had to go around my buddy on the opposite side because I would hit him the rear end of the car, so I went out it off the road, and till I stopped, and then got back on again. But
Yeah, so you, even though you were harsh driving, you tried to stay cautious, didn't you?
oh yeah,
All right. So
I always watched my mirrors, hit it straight ahead. Especially when I'm going fast, you gotta concentrate and watch what's ahead of you or what's behind you. And we do it more through the mirrors, and you don't stay looking at one object when you're going fast. Your eyes are going around looking the situation over more so than just looking straight ahead, because you never know what's happening. Something guy on the side of the road will come flying through. So I think we were more cautious and more apt seeing what's ahead of us than what's uh, and paying attention to where we're driving because we're going fast.
hmm
And I would never. Was you guys can drink beer? I would never drink a beer and drive. If I was
okay.
going to drive and drink, I would park the car. And I had my friends with me. I let them drink, but I wouldn't take. I just know that I wouldn't be caught with uh, for drunken driving because they were harsh on you then. But the cops then do. I used to come out of the bar and have quite a bit to drink. There'd be two cops in a car. One cop would come and take my car and take me home, and the other cop would follow. When he'd go home, he'd shut the car off and give me the keys. And don't go out. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going. They were more helpful to the people and guys than they are now. Nowadays, they're for drunken driving, write your ticket. Well, then they used to have two cops in a car. They would take you home. They would rather do that than you would get in an accident, then get you caught for drunken driving and kill somebody. That way, we were safe. And they knew that the cops would be working with me, be more friendly than they are now. Because the first thing they want a lot of money for drunken driving. Then the cops didn't care about that. They just make sure that you got home safe. So I don't know what. I had my brother take me home already, but I had cops too, and they think you had too much, even though you didn't. They would check you out. And, no, we'll take you home, and you go in the house and stay there. So that's what you do. So
Right.
I like the older days and the new days, because even cops aren't as friendly as they were then. So
So we're moving on from the behavioral risk factors, like, and we're moving into environmental. So environmental means the things around you, like the people around you, your
yeah,
house, your animals, your childhood farm, and that everything that affects you.
yeah,
So the first thing I want to ask you: do you have blood pressure?
yeah. I got high blood pressure. I got that as I get older. But before that, no. When I was young, 20s, 30s, 40s, my blood pressure was always normal.
All right.
But then I got closer to retire to 60, my blood pressure. Well, when I was driving school bus, kind of did with the little kids, and they got them under my nerve. Kind of stop and yell at them because I couldn't keep driving the bus when my eyes on my kids constantly because they were misbehaving. And I told them, I said, they asked me to driving this, so if I can have the middle school and the high school kids only, I'll be okay. But grade school, no.
Alright. So the kids in your school bus really ticked you off, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it's because they don't listen to, they don't mind. In fact, one time a kid got up and walked to the back of the bus. I stopped the bus and told him to get back here. He wouldn't do it. I says, okay. I says, I want to tell your father. He says, if you find out what prison he is, go ahead. I said, oh, I got to tell my mom. Well, my mother don't care. She can't drive anyway, so. I said, oh, all right, then put it this way. You go get back in that seat, or I'll pick you up and I'll throw you in the bad seat. And if you get out again, I'll pick you up and I'll throw you off the bus. He wouldn't. I just want to try me. Nope. He sat in the remote. And I was, then I can't keep driving because I can't threaten kids this way. And I might just be mad enough my German Shepherd get up. I wouldn't do it, picking him up and throw off the bus. But the whole bus, and I always thought, well, I'm talking like this, I would get fired, but nothing ever happened. None of the kids in the bus said anything about what I did. I said.
So you said you lived in like a farm when you were young, and then you moved in here like 60 years ago?
Well, we lived with my uncle, my mom, and dad, brother. We all lived in the farm for a while when I was 7, 8 years old, and so he used to help. He fired his hired hand because he had all his kids working for him, cleaning the barn and putting out hay loose and in the barns, different things like that. And then he used a thresh machine. Was time for to get the oats in, or most of the time everybody raised oats on the farm because it gave it to the pigs and the cows and the horses. Because we had a team of workhorses to pull the hay wagon. So it was a different living then than it is now. It wasn't a fast living. To me, it was a slower living, and was more beneficial than the living today, being so fast. And then, of course, we didn't have TV. We had a radio, and we would sit and listen to the radio, and picture in our mind what's happening in the radio. Now you see it, and to me, I don't know which is better.
So have you ever lived in a place with pollution, high pollution?
No.
So all your life you lived in a place with very less pollution?
Yeah.
It's okay.
So, how do you feel? Like, is Wisconsin a very, like, highly polluted state? Or, like, is it not as polluted as the other states?
No, I don't know. I don't think all the states in a way was polluted, but mostly because of automobiles. But we didn't have as many automobiles then as we got now,
Mm-hmm.
and so there's more gases going up uh, in the air because your car don't burn all the gas. If you take a put spark plug in a tailpipe and hit a electric wire to it and turn it on, you have a flame a foot out behind the car from the gas. If all the gases were used up, then you wouldn't have that. But that's why they got polluted because there's too much gases going out the tailpipe of a car or truck. So, because I used to one time a woman walked behind a guy turned it on and shinned her leg with the from the Zoe load. You couldn't do it. Put a spark plug in the tailpipe no more. You used to do that and it would seem like a jet going off. You have a flame and shoot it like that, you know.
So, do you think like it's because you lived in a polluted, like non-pollution area that like you're still so healthy right now? Do you think that?
Yeah, I think a lot of trouble breathing, especially the lungs, is due because if there's too much pollution, it's harder to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
And you breathe that all in, that's not good for the heart or the lungs.
Uh huh.
But
So you're saying like if you were living in a polluted area, you would have much more severe lung problems?
yeah,
All right. So we're moving on to hereditary. Like, has your mother or father had any problems with heart,
No.
lungs?
no.
Nothing. They
No,
were.
my dad was a diabetic, but my mother was very healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So do you have diabetes?
no.
You're healthy.
My, I was very healthy.
Mm-hmm.
My dad says he would rather clothe me than feed me because I ate too much. You know, because I was on a go constantly, and couldn't gain an ounce because I would eat. I would start with a full plate of potatoes, and then a bunch of meat and everything else. Then have some sweet at the pie or cake or something. At the end, then I go out drinking. Then after drinking for a while, I go to a restaurant, sit down and have something to eat again, and come home and never to gain an ounce.
So
Until I got married. And
So
I
you
lived a normal life. I didn't chase it. My car, my dad couldn't believe the miles I put on a car. I put more miles in 6 months than my dad did in a whole year with a car. And so, because I was on a go, and I never went no further than Milwaukee,
Mm-hmm.
Burlington, Kenosha, and Racine. And that's all the miles, and I put over 10,000 miles on the car.
Yeah. So how old were your parents when they died?
My mom, what was she, 7?
Could you like estimate?
74?
74?
Yeah, my dad was 59, but he was a diabetic and he died because he didn't take care of himself.
All right.
But my stepdad was 65.
Mm-hmm.
My grandpa was 65.
Mm-hmm.
And so some of them, my uncles or great uncles all lived to be close to 70, 69, 70.
All right. So do you think like you it's probably because of like the genes you have from them that you'll live so long?
Yeah, and also too, got a good wife and good meals,
All right.
and and we had not so greasy stuff. You know, it cooked. Cooked. We cook a little better now than when I was younger.
All
My
right.
mom, of course, was a good cook because she was raised in a farm when she was young. You know, born on a farm.
Mhm.
My grandpa was a farmer, but he got Lou Gehrig's disease and died at a young age. But but
So like you eat healthy, you
yeah,
drive safe,
yeah,
you stop smoking,
yep.
like,
No smoking.
and you controlled your alcohol intake.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't drink all week. I mean, weekends. Sometimes uh, in the I would have a beer early, but most of the time was Friday would go to the bar, cash her check, and have a few drinks and go home. But not to oversex. I couldn't. I believe to go out and get drunk every day,
Mm-hmm.
to become an alcoholic. To me, that's senseless. You know, one guy says, "I don't see you much in a bar." I said, "Well, I don't want to give the bartender a new car. I want one myself. And the way I can do it, I can't drink as much."
You're so right. I mean, I like people like spend so much money
Yeah,
on unnecessary things like drugs and alcohol and tobacco.
yeah.
They just forget why they're living for.
Yeah. With the price of the tobacco, cigarettes now, couldn't afford to smoke it. I would have quit long ago because I couldn't afford it. Back at the cigarettes, what used to call what you pay for a pack of cigarettes, I used to pay for a carton. You know, and I used to buy a carton, so I had cigarettes all week because I was back a day. That's all I smoked.
Mm-hmm.
But I suggested nobody smokes. Stay away from that stuff that's bad. And you know, you get that hooked on that, it's hard to quit.
So, like, do you have some advice on like how to live healthier on like everything?
I, yeah, I was none of, don't eat too much greasy
Mhm.
food or too much or too much of one thing. Eat a variety of things.
Mhm.
You're better off because you're gonna have fixed veg. You eat your vegetables, which I don't, but uh, but my wife she loves her vegetables. It's good,
Mhm.
and I'm a meat and potato man, and I can eat a whole potato from and a pork chop like nothing, you know.
Mhm.
But then I'll drop the vegetables. I'll eat the meat and potatoes, not vegetables. So I'll do take some vegetables, a spoonful.
So eat healthy.
Yeah, yeah, eat healthy and get plenty of rest.
Mhm. Yeah, stress is one of like the most like uprising like mental issues
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Did you have as many as people with depression and stress as they have now?
No,
No. Okay. Yeah, I thought so
no.
too.
We we did. we went out and a gang of us would go out and walk down the road singing, or doing something, or playing ball, or just plain go for a walk, you know, and talk and have a good time with each other, and then come home without raising no cane. Just enjoy walking down the street and talking with a girl or with a bunch of guys or a mixed group. You just enjoy, or going on a bicycle, going someplace. I used to love to go almost over to Burlington on a bike, or Kenosha, where my father would have on a bike. And,
Alright.
and when, so I didn't get a car until I went to work in a factory. Then I got my first car. But-
So you exercised a lot. You ate
Oh
healthy.
yeah,
you got enough rest.
yeah,
You got a lot of rest, and
yeah.
you controlled your
I used
alcohol.
to. We lived on Taylor Avenue, and I used to go to Park High School. And my brother Teddy and I, we would run all the way to school. You know, and I could at that time. I could run a mile and wouldn't get tired. And then in high school, we had to run track, just group, not in competition. And I was the second fastest in the class, running a 1 mile, run the track, racetrack that we had. And so I wasn't as tired. I could go and walk miles and never bothered me. And but because you used to go everywhere you went, we either walked or had a
Yeah.
bicycle.
Coffee itte.
Attend കഴിഞ്ഞില്ല. Well, yes. So the main thing I think that you're so healthy is because you exercise and you're active the whole life.
Yeah, I
And
would.
versus like the people right now who have jobs in offices and in front of computers
Yeah,
and who don't get enough exercise.
right.
Yeah.
They're with their phone, pushing the buttons on their phone all the time. You know, whatever we're doing on it. And I took them away. Parents will not let them have it until they reach
തീർന്നത്.
college. And when they reach college, then they can have the computers. Or you would need them for, if you take algebra, you know, then you can use a computer or, what do you call, a calculator. A calculator, because there's written stuff in algebra, but you can't remember all the
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah, that's right.
But you use that computer, and it has it in there all the time. You can use it to figure out or do work, you know, for school, out of the book. And that's you, especially when you
അപ്പം അടുത്തു.
take triangles.
Yeah, that's
And-
right. Trigonometry.
Yeah, when you use that, you gotta things that are written down that you know can't remember it
You're right, you're
all in this bed. So you have that computer, you dash put that in, and you get your answer. But the ones them are nice for that, But it's through grade school and it's the high school up until you get algebra or higher, then you gotta have a calculator.
Yeah, right.
But in grade school, I was with a guy, he had a high school graduate. He was figuring out a break point. He was figuring out on a computer or a calculator, and I looked at it and I was watching him. I figured out in my mind what the answer was, and I told him. He looked at me. He says, "You don't know what you're talking about." He figured it all out. When he come back over to me. "How did you do that?" I said, "How did you what?" You gave me the right answer." I said, "I got it all done. It's all done." I said, "This was our computer." I said, "Our calculator for our fingers." I said, "That's all you used to use." I said, "We didn't have. There was no such thing as computer or calculators or nothing. We had a calculator, a slide rule, and we had to learn how to use one of them in 5th grade. But I don't know how to do anymore. But I got my 5th grade math book tells you how to do it. So I looked at that, but I had to keep on trying. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's things you can learn and things that you don't want to learn.
yeah,
Well, it was great talking to you, Grandpa Roman. Thank you so much
you're welcome.
for letting
man.
me interview you.
Yeah,
And I hope that you live as long and healthy as you can.
yeah, I'll try. But my wife, she should make sure I get something healthy.
മിച്ചോടും ഹായ് പറ പോവാ
She dolls me up when I don't eat the beans.
മിച്ചോടും ഹായ് പറ
And Grandma Louise,
What?
thank you. Thank you so much for taking care of Grandpa Roman.
Oh, that's the way it goes.
Okay, it's getting late, guys. So
Yeah.
bye.